Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. I've got a good show today. I'm going to keep it short, but it actually, I think, will help a lot answer a question. And I actually was talking about this very topic with a voice actor that I was just having a conversation with. And the topic is, when should I get paid for your voiceover? And this comes up a lot of times, especially if you're doing audiobook work or you're actually invoicing the work, right? Should you ask them to pay you up front, or should you ask them to pay you on the back end? So, for example, you get a job from somebody and, you can either make them pay you before you start, or you can do the job and then have them pay you after you complete after you finish the job and send it to them, or you could do half and half, right? Half up front, half on the back end. So here's my thoughts. When I first started, I think what a lot of people do, and that's, any service-based business usually works, right? Like you hire the service, they come, do the work, then you pay them when it's done, right? That's a service. And if you think about that, it gives a lot of control to the buyer. Okay, it gives a lot of control to the buyer, right? Because they can withhold that money if they don't like your job. Now, that's appealing from a sales point to buyers, right? Because they're like, okay, I don't even, I'm going to make sure I get the work done before I pay you anything, okay? But if we flip the script here, like who we are, right? We're the sellers. That's a very tough position to be in. Now, I think that in person, like, for example, you have an electrician come over and they're in your house and they're working and then you pay them before they leave. That's kind of a situation where you're getting the money right then and there. You know what I mean? You're like in proximity to the person in person. You're going to see them. Okay. But in our particular situation, right, we work with people all over the world. We're not in a physical proximity to them. They could pay us at any time. And a lot of times, recourse from our side is very little, especially if a job is $100, $50, $200, even $500, this is a lot of money. $100 is $150. That's a lot of money. But in the scheme of us spending a lot of extra time or trying to go after somebody, it turns into not being a lot of money. So we run into this challenge, I think, of do we charge up front? Do we not charge up front? What do people think? And if I don't charge up front, I charge on the end, right? That makes more sense as a service. But yet, what if they don't pay me? And I've worked with a lot of voice actors who have had this problem where they get hired, they do the job, and then on the back end, the person's like, I don't really like it, and I don't think we're a good fit, all right, after they've done the whole job, and they get nothing, okay? Yet the person has their voiceover, and you can say, nah, don't use it. But unless you've got some sort of team of lawyers behind you, right, what are you going to do? I mean, think about it. I mean, how much money are you going to spend for $100? I mean, you can't even talk to a lawyer for a period of time for that. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it can be very challenging, I think, to work that way. So, for me, what I did a while back is I implemented just a rule in my business that whenever I do work for someone, I make them pay up front. I make them pay the full amount up front. By paying the full amount up front, they get a clear timeline about when they're going to get their work and good communication from me. Okay. But I make them pay up front. Now, there are some people that I've worked with, and this is a small few, but a few that have said, hey, listen, I don't know you very well. I don't feel comfortable paying you up front. Is there any other options? In which case, I then switch to the yes. I'll do half up front, half upon delivery. So at least that I'm making sure that I'm getting some money up front in case they'd be like, I don't want to pay you the rest of it. I'm not going to refund the money because I've done the work. Okay, as opposed, but they're not paying everything, so at least they still have some leverage too. So that can be a win-win. But the point is, though, is that I am getting some money up front to do the job. Now, you might think, and this is true, this is not a service business. That sounds more like what? A product. And that's where I personally, growing my business, like to look at more of my system, what I've created, how I get business, how I work, as more like a product. That doesn't mean the product isn't my service, but because it's a product, like for example, I don't go to, we don't go to Walmart, get a gallon of milk, all right, take it home, drink it all, and then come back and pay it and be like, this was some good milk. I'm going to pay, and I'm ready to, after you drink it all, you pay for it. We don't do that. We pay for it up front. Okay. And then we use it. Okay. And then if the company that you buy it from has some sort of policy where they're like 100% guarantee, we'll do this, we'll do that. I think that's important. It's important for you to have some sort of guarantee or some sort of policy that says, hey, if you don't like it, this is what we'll do. Like your revision policy. Okay. Things like that. But I just thought it'd be a good topic to talk about today. And if you're one of those people who have been scammed or you've lost money or you've been in that boat, or you might not have known how to, when to charge someone. I like to charge people up front on the front end and then let them, they'll send me my stuff. I will do the work, send it to them. If they need a revision, they'll come back, pay me for the revision. I'll do the work. Okay. But, that's how I work. Now, I will say this. I do think, on a side note, this also comes down to, and this is a good point as I'm thinking about it, is, your brand, right? I mean, the truth is, and I can't say this, I'm not everywhere, but I'm on enough places, enough social media platforms, I've produced enough stuff for a period of years that I do feel like if someone doesn't think they can trust me, that's okay, but I don't need to work with them. I do think starting out, in all full disclosure, starting out, it's going to be harder. Anything you do is going to be harder. But I will tell you this. Setting expectations up front is the best thing that you can do for your business and our lives, I think, anyways. But setting expectations so everyone knows where you stand is the very best way to do business. Because then no one is going to, whenever there's a situation that arises, if you've already set an expectation, people have gone into that working, with that knowledge that working with you, that's going to happen. But if you don't set those expectations, like paying up front, or your revision policy, or your communication policy, or your return policy, or any of these policies, right, that we as buyers, like if we're going to buy something, we expect sellers to have, all right, and as sellers, especially when we're doing our own voiceover business, I think sometimes we don't even think about it, right, but we need to have, that can bring a lot of good feelings, secure feelings, that you're not going to get scammed. All right. So again, if you're just starting out, I use PayPal Business. Okay, I like that. Is there other platforms? Yes, but I honestly think PayPal Business is just the easiest way to go. Everybody can use it. It's secure. Never had an issue with it. It's globally accepted. Yes, it has credit card fees, but you know what? There's a price to doing business. Now, our job as business owners is to try to minimize the cost of things, to maximize profit, but at the same time, I'd rather, spend, 2-3% on a credit, like on a transaction of, a bunch of money that, get 100% of nothing. We've heard that before, right? It's true. So I'm okay with that. So anyways, I just wanted to give you a little extra thing if you didn't know, like, how do you send an invoice? They, PayPal Business lets you send invoices through PayPal. They actually have a setup. It's really nice. You can email it. You can copy a link and send it. It's really great. So, all right. Anyways, I hope this helped. And I hope this helped, and I hope this has made you think about things a little bit differently, accepting payment up front instead of accepting it on the back end turns your business more into a product-oriented system as opposed to a service that is completely controlled at the whims of the seller. Remember, we do all our business online. It's imperative. It's imperative that we get our money up front because we do not have that proximity, that community availability that you do with a local vendor. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Also, today is Wednesday, so we have a Fiverr Elite meeting. You actually have 4 hours to sign up for Fiverr Elite tonight if you'd like to. But we meet on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. And also, Fiverr Elite is for newcomers, people who've been around for a while. And the whole point is getting together in a group and helping, help you grow your business, with marketing, voice acting, analytics. We use stats from Fiverr and other places. You know, it's called Fiverr Elite, but it's also a lot more than that. We do, like tonight, we're going to be talking about email marketing and diving into some in-depth look at the structure of your demo, because that's another thing that I want to talk about later on in another video, is the importance of the structure of your demo to get work, not just that it sounds good. There's more that goes into it, right? And a lot of people are naive to that, not out of any fault of their own, just that we're not taught this stuff. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. The links will be below if you want to join. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.